The setup described presents several potential issues that need to be addressed to ensure electrical safety and code compliance. Firstly, the number 6 conductor used for the air handler is potentially undersized for a 30 amp circuit. According to the National Electrical Code, specifically Table 310.15b16, the minimum conductor size for a 30 amp circuit is number 10 copper when using the 60°C column. Secondly, the branch circuit serves both the alternating current unit and the air handler, which represents different types of loads. Mixing circuit types can potentially lead to overloading and voltage drop issues affecting the performance and lifespan of the equipment. Thirdly, it's not clear whether overload protection is provided for the air handler. Overload protection is essential for all motors, including blower motors, to prevent damage from excessive current draw. To correct these issues, several steps are recommended. First, use the correct conductor size, which would be number 10 copper. This will provide the necessary current carrying capacity for the 2.7 amp blower motor. Second, consider separating the circuits. Use separate branch circuits for the alternating current unit and the air handler. This will prevent overload issues and ensure proper voltage regulation for each unit. Third, it is highly recommended that you provide overload protection for the air handler. Install a motor overload relay or a dedicated circuit breaker in the circuit supplying the air handler. The following additional considerations are important. Ensure that the circuit breaker protecting the combined circuit is correctly rated for 30 amps. Verify that the conduit used in the attic is large enough to accommodate the number 10 and number 6 conductors without exceeding the allowable fill according to the National Electrical Code. The junction box in the attic should be easily accessible for inspection and maintenance. It is also important to note that the nameplate in the air conditioning unit states a maximum overcurrent protection device of 30 amps. It is also noted that the alternating current unit has a rated load current of 23 amps. The blower motor in the air handler is rated for 1/4 horsepower and draws 2.7 amps. It is also important to note that the branch circuit originates in the load and appliance panel board. From that location, the installers ran a number 10 copper to the alternating current unit and a number 6 copper to the air handler. There is appropriate disconnecting means for each unit, but it has not been discussed where the disconnecting means is located for each unit. It is important to ensure that the disconnecting means is within sight of each unit, or capable of being locked in the off position. It is important to consult the National Electrical Code to ensure that the disconnecting means is rated appropriately for each unit. Remember, the National Electrical Code is a set of standards that must be adhered to in the United States. It is important to understand some basic electrical principles in order to understand the issues with this installation. Electrical current flows through a circuit from a source, such as a panel board, through conductors to a load such as the alternating current unit or the air handler, and then back to the source, thereby completing the circuit. The amount of current that flows through the circuit depends on the voltage of the source and the resistance of the load. Voltage is the electrical potential difference between 2 points in a circuit. It is the force that drives the current through the circuit. Resistance is the opposition to the flow of current in a circuit. It is measured in ohms. The relationship between voltage, current, and resistance is described by Ohm's law, which states that voltage equals current times resistance. In other words, the amount of current that flows through a circuit is directly proportional to the voltage and inversely proportional to the resistance. Conductors are materials that allow electrical current to flow easily. Copper and aluminum are the most common conductors used in electrical wiring. The size of a conductor is measured in American wire gauge or AWG. The smaller the AWG number, the larger the conductor. The larger the conductor, the more current it can carry without overheating. The National Electrical Code specifies the minimum conductor size for different ampacities, which is the maximum amount of current that a conductor can carry safely. Overcurrent protection devices such as circuit breakers and fuses are designed to protect circuits from overloads and short circuits. An overload occurs when the current in a circuit exceeds the ampacity of the conductors. A short circuit occurs when there is a low resistance path between 2 points in a circuit, causing a large amount of current to flow. Overcurrent protection devices trip or blow when the current exceeds their rated ampacity, interrupting the flow of current and preventing damage to the circuit. Grounding is the process of connecting a circuit to the earth. Grounding provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, which helps to trip overcurrent protection devices and prevent electrical shock. Bonding is the process of connecting all of the metal parts of an electrical system together. Bonding ensures that all of the metal parts are at the same electrical potential, which helps to prevent electrical shock. Now let's look at the specific issues with the installation of the alternating current unit and the air handler. The number 6 conductor that was used for the air handler is undersized for a 30 amp circuit. According to the National Electrical Code, the minimum conductor size for a 30 amp circuit is number 10 copper wire. The number 6 conductor is only rated for 55 amps, which is not enough to carry the 30 amps that the circuit breaker is rated for in this installation. This could lead to the conductor overheating and potentially causing a fire. The fact that the branch circuit serves both the alternating current unit and the air handler is also a potential problem. The alternating current unit and the air handler are different types of loads. The alternating current unit is a motor load, which means that it draws a large amount of current when it starts up. The air handler is a resistive load, which means that it draws a constant amount of current. When both of these loads are on the same circuit, the starting current of the alternating current unit can cause the circuit breaker to trip. Also, there is no indication that overload protection is provided for the air handler. Overload protection is required for all motors, including blower motors. If the blower motor is overloaded, it could overheat and potentially cause a fire. To correct these issues, I recommend the following. First, replace the number 6 conductor with a number 10 copper conductor. This will provide the necessary current carrying capacity for the 30 amp circuit. Second, separate the circuits for the alternating current unit and the air handler. This will prevent the starting current of the alternating current unit from tripping the circuit breaker. Third, install overload protection for the air handler. This will protect the blower motor from overloads and prevent a potential fire. In addition to these corrections, I also recommend the following additional considerations. Ensure that the circuit breaker protecting the combined circuit is rated for 30 amps. Verify that the conduit used in the attic is large enough to accommodate the number 10 and number 6 conductors without exceeding the allowable fill. Ensure that the junction box in the attic is easily accessible for inspection and maintenance. By taking these steps, you can ensure that the electrical installation for the alternating current unit and the air handler is safe and compliant with the National Electrical Code. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides tables for determining the ampacity of conductors based on their size, insulation type, and installation method. Table 310.15b16 is commonly used to determine the ampacity of conductors in raceways or cables. It's important to choose the correct column in the table based on the temperature rating of the terminals and equipment. Typically for residential applications, the 60 degrees Celsius or 75 degrees Celsius column is used. When mixing different types of loads on a single circuit, it's essential to consider the load calculations specified in the National Electrical Code. Article 220 provides the requirements for calculating branch circuit, feeder, and service loads. For motor loads, the National Electrical Code requires that the branch circuit conductors have an ampacity of not less than 125% of the motor's full load current rating. This is to account for the motor's starting current. Overload protection for motors is typically provided by thermal overload relays or fuses. The overload protection device should be sized to protect the motor from overheating due to excessive current draw. The National Electrical Code provides specific requirements for motor overload protection in Article 430. Conduit fill refers to the percentage of the cross-sectional area of a conduit that is occupied by conductors. The National Electrical Code limits the amount of fill allowed in a conduit to prevent overheating of the conductors. Chapter 9 of the National Electrical Code provides the requirements for conduit fill. Junction boxes must be accessible for inspection and maintenance. The National Electrical Code requires that junction boxes be located so that they can be accessed without removing any part of the building structure or finish. In the case of the alternating current unit, the running load current of 23 amps determines the minimum conductor size. According to the National Electrical Code, conductors must be sized at 125% of the continuous load. In this case, the conductors feeding the alternating current unit should be rated to carry no less than 28.75 amps. The minimum size conductor would be number 10 copper. Since the maximum overcurrent protection device rating is 30 amps, the conductors are adequately sized in this example. The overload for the alternating current unit is addressed within the unit itself, and is not part of the panel board circuit breaker sizing. Since the air handler motor is rated at 2.7 amps, the conductors must be sized at 125% of this continuous load. In this case, the conductors feeding the air handler motor should be rated to carry no less than 3.375 amps. The minimum size conductor would be number 14 copper. Since the maximum overcurrent protection device rating is 30 amps, the conductors are undersized in this example. Using separate circuits for the alternating current unit and the air handler is generally the preferred practice, as it prevents nuisance tripping and ensures that each unit receives the proper voltage. When using a single circuit, it is crucial to perform a load calculation to ensure that the circuit is not overloaded. In summary, the key issues with the described setup are the potential undersizing of the conductors for the air handler, the mixing of different types of loads on a single circuit, and the lack of overload protection for the air handler. By addressing these issues, you can ensure a safe and compliant electrical installation.